are the zodiacal frequencies that correspond with the letters. Because planets have frequencies, tones have frequencies, so we find where these tones or these frequencies of the planets and the letters meet. And therefore we're able to say, hey represents Aries, and Vav represents Taurus, and so forth and so on. Planets give off frequencies. Like the planet Earth vibrates on the 8th octave. Planets give off frequencies. Tones emitted from saying letters or words gives off frequencies. So then we find where the frequencies of these planets meet the letters, and therefore we know your name should have some kind of cosmological connection to you. This is why when our children were born, we didn't name them immediately. We studied their chart to give them a name that is in conformity with their zodiacal frequency. Go to the next one. You heard of the Egyptians and the ancient Hebrews not naming their children once they're born? 8-day ritual, right? Because you don't want to name somebody a name that they ain't able to handle. Like Michael, that's my birth name. Look at Michael Jordan, and Michael Jackson, and Michael Tyson, and Michael Johnson, and Michael Malachi York. Look at all these people who adopted the name Michael or been born Michael, and the war they had with the devil. You read in the Bible that the ancient Michael went to war with the devil. He was the highest, the best at what he does. And then there was a devil on the contrapositive. So look at the Michaels in that day and time, but it's deeper than that, because if we go to those Hebrew letters, the meme represents mastery, M, and Michael represents mastery. We're talking about Michael. M represents mastery. It equals to 40, which denotes milk. Meme is a combination of two words, which is water and mother, mother's waters. And Hebrew gematria, which is Hebrew numerology, the letter M equals 40, which is milk. So the letter M denotes mastery, women, children. That's what it denotes. Then you have the yod, Michael. The yod represents the hand. Might even represent writing. Like Dr. York wrote 400 plus books. My name is Michael. I'm up to 45, 1 year. But I've been reading my chart. The last year I did an experiment on myself to see how real this stuff gets. And I said, if it's real, I'm gonna come back with a revelation to try to get my people into their charts again. Stop this is the soothsayer stuff. Stop that. So we had Yod. Let's go to Kaf. And Michael, the CH, the K, Michael, that K sound. Kaf looks like this. It looks like a cup that overflowed. If you ever heard that term, my cup overflowed, denotes temper. Most Michaels got spontaneous temper or patience, where it builds up and builds up, but then when they give in to that lesser nature, they go crazy. Lamed, the letter L, Michael. Lamed represents discipline, the whip that you hit the camel with. Learning ability or teaching. So we have Michael, which means M, mastery, women, children, yard, writing or into some kind of arts, Kaf, temper, ego. Takes a lot of ego to stand up here and talk in front of a lot of people and say, I'm going to teach y'all. And I'm a 10th grade dropout. It takes a lot of ego to do that. A lot of ego to be a 10th grade dropout and say, I'm going to go into some quantum physics today. And then Lamed means teaching. But what is it that we learn? You got to master knowledge of self. Because I know enough about myself to know, don't give my wives too much hugs or kisses in public, not even my children. Because when the devil comes for Michael, he comes with a scandal agenda around the principle of women and children and conspiracy. Now you name me a Michael that didn't bring him down based on women or children or a combination of both. When he makes it to the top. And all of them black as hell. Let's think about it. We can look at Malachi York. Malachi is Michael in Hebrew. Some say Malachi, Malachi, or Malak, angel. Mispronounce Malak, it becomes demon. Malachi means Michael. And they said that he was having sex with children. And he's a womanizer. That's what they said. I ain't saying it ain't true. I'm just saying that's what they say. You know how things spread in our community. That's what they say, whoever they are. We never know who they are. But they saying it because it got word to me and it got around to you. So we know they all saying it. There they go again. Michael Johnson. They try to say he started messing around with the children in his family. He was a fast runner. He had the record for running at one point. Michael Johnson, the devil came after him. After the Wheaties. After his face was on Wheaties, the devil said, what's his name? Okay, boom, we know how to get him. Michael Jackson. They said he was molesting children. Mike Tyson. They said he was raping women. Do we see consistency? Are you ready for the name that you've been given? So I know what my name means. So I play society in a certain way. Because I know I'm getting better and better at what I'm doing. There's less typographical errors in my books. The words are getting bigger and bigger as I keep learning. And after that, you have to say that I'm womanizing my wives. They've already said, I hypnotize my wives. Said, nigga, if I knew hypnosis, I would have 20. So cut it out. I'm not hiding from the fact I like women. But I understand because the name that I got, how the devil has to come after me. I know my love for my children will be used against me. Or they will go after my children to hurt me. They will try to get one of them to go astray so I can get distracted. Hopefully perm one of my daughters' hair. And when the devil gets real violent, just hit one of them with a car or something. If everything ain't working, just resort to violence. We try to be under radar, somebody might get shot. They get there. Look, they still righteous. Shoot somebody quick. Lock them up, quick. Then keep them alive and say they was having sex with their children. Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Malachi York, Michael Johnson. All these Michaels victimized by the same conspiracies and speculation. It's all engendered around solar numerology. So you watch a person's chart, and based on this chart, because you have your hidden names in the chart, because letters correspond with each one of the planets. Tones correspond with each one of the planets. So when you know the tones, you can appropriate a name to that individual. One way that you appropriate a name, you can take the sun sign, the ascendant, and the midhaven of a person and come up with their name. What's deep, you find a lot of times the name you've been given, because we know our parents wasn't sold numerology. What's deep? I would say 7 times out of 10, you get a name that sounds like one of your names. My daughter over here, Taj's name. In Hebrew, her name is Tashada name. You say, what's the odds? The mother was impressed by the frequency when she named her. What is it? Do you know how slim the odds are to name your child after something that's going on cosmically? Your natal chart denotes your cosmic fingerprint. No one has this but you. The day, the time, and the place you were born, your coordinates on planet Earth, in conjunction to your coordinates celestially. No one has that except for you. If you was born in Brookdale Hospital at 305 in Brooklyn, New York, and your son was in Cancer, and Cancer was the first thing over your horizon as you're ascending, that is your cosmic fingerprint, and no one has that identity but you. So when I call on someone by this name, based on this chart, they will respond. They have no choice but to. When I do people's charts, I call them by their name immediately, and they respond. I'm doing an election May 22nd, and I'm going to show you how your Social Security is designed for them to know who and what you are from birth. Don't undermine the numbers on that Social Security. or your birth certificate. You don't think they still probing for the Messiah? You read all these ancient stories about them looking for the Messiah? Ronald Reagan and Richard Nixon said they ruled the government by way of Zodiac. The Navy uses astrology before they go to war. Policemen and women are now using astrologers to track down criminals. And Negroes are still saying, I don't deal with that science.
They say it's occultic.
Think about it. The moon controls water on the planet Earth. The planet Earth is way bigger than you. So don't you think that the moon controls the body's waters too? Don't you think you get affected by the moon? We obviously know we get affected by the sun. So why do you think the other planets don't affect you either? And in different combinations. You gotta think about this. This is our science. 3 wise men, an eastern star, and all. That is science of the Zodiac. Jesus being gone for 3 days and resurrected, that is the winter solstice. Give me a break. If they kept astrology and astronomy class on the same day, you would realize all those stories. Easter, Esther, Ishtar, you'll find out all of this is cosmological information. Let's go. This is all important. You gotta get called by your right name. If this was your chart, this is considered a bundle. You know why? Because this means this person born here. One of my wives is like this. Horrible speller. In fact, when you see anything misspelled, I'm just blame her. I don't care if I wrote it. But this is bundle. This means that all planets are leaning all in the same range or medium. It's not scattered. She has all this energy on one point of her chart, which means what? She'll be careless all over here. The energy isn't all balanced out there. She has to know this about herself. She designs all the covers for those books. I did the soul numerology to find out which one of my wives should be doing what they should be doing. I'm not no robot. I do what I want, and that's why life ain't working for you. Everybody isn't a teacher. Everybody isn't a thug. Please tell these brothers out there, everybody isn't a thug. They keep getting beat up. As a result, they're misunderstanding. Just because you walk down the block reciting hip-hop because you're nervous, don't mean you're a dog. You know, when they start getting nervous, they start reciting gangster lyrics. Oh shit, some brothers is down the block. Let me say, don't take your moms and kill your spouse. We know you're nervous. That's why you got pit bulls too. You scared of your pit bulls walking. Cut it out. You want to put your hand in your pit bull. Just got them for protection because you're afraid to carry a gun to a white man. Bundle. All your planets is down here. So it's different combinations of permutations. This right here, because May 22nd I'm doing a soul numerology lecture and also going to show you how to pinpoint and plot your hidden names because you invoke yourself. You invoke your higher spirit. When you know your true name. I've been called by my true name, which is why I've come into the reality of myself this last year. And everything I'm doing is a testament to it. And I come back and I'm like, I have a revelation to y'all. Not to worship me, but so we all can be items of worship in our community. So we have each house accommodates for 30 degrees of the zodiac. There's 12 houses. There's a 13 technically. We ain't gonna go into all of that. That's what May 22nd. There's 12 houses times 30, which gives you 360 degrees. Each house is made up of 30 degrees. You might be a 4 degree Scorpio, or 5 degree Leo, or 12 degree Sagittarius. Relationships. In retrospect to Leo's position, Cancer is 60 degrees in, which means what? You're not Cancer, you see Leo? That's 30 degrees worth of Leo. Every house is made up of 30 degrees. Leo's made up of 30, Cancer made up of 30. This means if you have a relationship with a Cancer like I do, as a Leo, I know that my relationship with her is going to be acute. You know, like you got an acute pain, acute headache, and believe me, she gives me acute headaches. But the attraction is thick. Because we less than 60 degrees in. It's an acute relationship. What does that mean? That means I need to play her close. Leo does not give enough attention, perceive the wrong way. Leos perceive the wrong way when Leo's in a relationship with Cancer, unless Leo knows what kind of relationship they're in. And what is love? Love is when you're willing to compromise, and that which is a part of your nature, naturally, you make an adjustment for the sake of your partner. So I know I get consumed by my work. And if I'm in a relationship with a Cancer's going to perceive me as not finding her interesting. So I know as a Leo, I have to make a conscientious effort to come out of my work intravenously to let her know I'm coming out for air, baby, I love you. Okay, I'm going back in. But you gotta know what you are, or your relationship ain't gonna work. And true love is when you know your nature and you say, I'm gonna humble myself and change a part of me, not lose me. But in order for it to work, I have to come out of my nature a bit. You have to accommodate. This is real. So if I have a relationship with a Scorpio, which I do, that's an obtuse relationship. That means I don't have to play it close. That means if we get too close, we're gonna argue. It's an obtuse angle. Because we're 120 degrees from each other. So we shouldn't play each other too close. She's gonna consider it smothering. It's understanding the do's and the don'ts. Then you got Gemini, which is perpendicular, meaning 90 degrees, which means don't lean too much over here, and don't lean too much over here. Just the right. Don't get too smoochy. What you buying me flowers for? Why? I mean, you bought me a shirt, or you trying to control me? Like, come on, I wear what I want to wear. This stuff is real. This goes on in our life every day. Because certain planets misbehave when they align with each other, when they come across each other's path. People become more accident prone when Uranus is in retrograde. Number 5s bump into all sorts of things. Uranus was in retrograde. We still feeling the ether from that retrograde. So anybody that's a number 5 in here knows you've been tripping over stuff, bumping stuff, and cutting yourself. Where the number 5s at that can admit they've been bumping into things and tripping over things. Number 5 there, number 5 there, number 5 there, what's the number? Number 5 there? Number 1. Oh, people born on the number 5. Oh, I see another hand there. So can all the number 5s just stand up real quick?
Busted.
These are the people you want to stay the hell away from inside this moment. Take a good look. You see how quick they sat down? They don't like their spot getting blown up. No one likes their Zodiac getting blown up in front of everybody. And people be telling me they chart, and I'm like, oh, you freak, ooh. I'm gonna stay the hell away from you. No, what you up to? You love people like me. Get me in trouble. What's up, my daughter? I'm telling you, some people, I won't do the reading. I'm like, go ahead and do it. I know my chart. That don't mean I'm weak, it means I'm smart. I'm not gonna create a situation. Because I know I got this 60-degree relationship. I got an acute relationship with one of my wives. I can't put myself in a precarious situation. If I love her, I won't do that. See how it comes in? This is the way it has to be taught to us. To do it in love. And make sure we don't put ourselves in situations that hurt the ones we love, even though that's not our intention. So some situations I just don't put myself in. Because I don't want to be misperceived the wrong way. Because even if it's not true, it doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt another person. So if you really love somebody, even though it's not true, you still make sure you don't generate or precipitate that type of energy so you won't be condemned. That's what it's really about love. Let's go to the next one. That class is going to be out of control, that May 22nd.